What up, world? Welcome to another episode of BrandonJaneauShow. As you know, I am BrandonJaneau, and like always, on all podcast platforms everywhere. BrandonJaneauShow, social media platforms, Instagram, Threads, real BrandonJaneauShow. That's real BrandonJaneauShow. Uh, REAL BrandonJaneauShow on Instagram and Threads. Facebook, the BrandonJaneauShow. And of course, TikTok, BrandonJaneauShow, and also X, formerly known as Twitter, BJaneau. So go follow me on all those social media platforms. I would appreciate it if you did. Really, where you go though is the YouTube channel, man. BrandonJaneauShow YouTube channel, man. Um, yes, subscribe, like the vids, like the shorts. All helps in the algorithm. If you did, let's get into it, man. Oh, shout out to all the new subscribers. Officially at 250. Over 250. So shout out to all y'all. Appreciate you dearly. Now let's get into it. This is Tuesday. So you already know what that means. You already know what that means. Already know what that means. Already know what that means. We are officially here. It is I Bleed Sports. So much going on. You got football. You got basketball, of course. A team has officially advanced to the NBA Finals. I'll talk about that. You got a game 5 tonight between the Thunder and the Spurs. Who do I think is going to get out of that series alive? And we got some good old fashioned boxing. But let's start off with this, man. So, my Cubs. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. My Cubs. Lord have mercy. Listen, man. Um, we had a pretty good winning streak, like maybe like a month ago. When we were like maybe winning, like we won like maybe what 10 games in a row, some shit like that. And now we have lost 9 games in a row. Yeah, yeah. What the fuck is going on? We can say it's the pitching, and we can say, of course, some of the people are hurt. I think PCA is down. I think he maybe just came back or he's down. We got some people that's injured that was having a really good start for us, but this is embarrassing. Um, we lose to the White Sox, which is like what the fuck, dude? We lose to the White Sox. You don't lose to your crosstown rivals. You just don't fucking do it. Then you turn around and lose to the fucking Brewers. And you're like, how the fuck you lost to the Brewers? And every season we have this fucking slump to the Brewers, and it's just like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? Um, oh God Almighty, we lost to the Astros. I'm like, bro, we lost to the fucking Astros. Like, what are we doing, bro? I am not happy. I am not happy. I don't know what the fuck is going on, and I'm starting to think in my head, do we need a change? Like, is there listen? Injuries happen, and that's one thing I'm gonna say continuously. Injuries happen, but at the same time, bro, there has to be a sense of this shit ain't going the way we thought it would go. The Cubs right now had has had so much hype coming into the season. I literally have said I thought we was going. Listen, we're only in May, going into June. We got a lot of time to catch up. I mean, we're not. I don't think we're super out of the NL Central. I mean, we're just leading the shit. Before this losing streak, until the Brewers caught us. Um, I don't know how far we are out of the NL Central, but with the you got the Pirates, the Cardinals, the Brewers, like I said, the Reds. Um, yeah, listen, man. I am a Cubs fan. I'm just very distraught over how we look today. This is this. Because we just had a fucking winning streak. Bro, we were on a fucking long ass winning. What was it? Like 10, 11, 12 games? And then the month prior, literally the next month, bro, we're on a 9-game losing streak. What the fuck happened? It's like, what the fuck happened? It's like, what happened? I get it, it's baseball, but damn, nigga, like it's like we just had a 12-game winning streak. Now we're on a 9-game losing streak. It's like, what the fuck happened? Oh my god! Like I said, pitching. I think we were like the worst. We're like one of the worst starting pitching rotations with ERA, which cannot fucking happen. And the injuries of the batters. Like we got a lot of injuries at this point, and hopefully we get them back because man, oh man, oh man, we cannot go into the dog days of summer after the All-Star break fucking struggling. Like that is not good. Um, yeah, man. That oh shit, man. Man. We need a series against a team that isn't good. Like, and bro, we need a series. I know we're playing. I think we're playing Pittsburgh, which Pittsburgh is not fucking particularly great, but Pittsburgh beat us. So it's just like, bro, what are we doing? I think they're playing right now. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken. Though, yeah, as a Cubs fan, I man, I was so happy during that winning streak. I was so fucking happy. And now we're just losing. Like in an epic flow. Like it was 12 wins straight and then 9 fucking losses. Like what are we doing? Consecutively. It's not like it's like a break here. Maybe we win 1 or 2 here and then we go on this 3, 4, 5 loss and then we just can't beat this team. No, it's a fucking epic flow of losing. Like we're losing games. Like what the yeah, we need to have a conversation about the manager. I know we got a what dude from the Milwaukee Brewers. I'm starting to see why Milwaukee really didn't put up a fight when they let him go. Like they just you let him go to the you let him go to the your division rivals, the Chicago Cubs, and you were like, no, okay, yeah, that's it. That's absurd. That's absurd. And now I see why. This shit is in bad situation, man. Bad situation. Yeah, we gotta fix this shit. That was it'd be one thing if this is how bad we were all season. We just had a 12-game fucking winning streak. Like this is what's blowing my fucking mind about the Cubs right now. We were on a 12-game winning streak and we just fucking now on a 9-game losing streak. It's just like what the fuck happened? I get the injuries, but bro, there's got to be a sense of fucking pride kicking the fuck in, and something has to say, you know what, bro, we cannot continuously lose. We have to win. There's something that has to kick the fuck in. Something. And I'm hoping and praying it does kick in at some fucking point. Hoping and praying. Hoping and praying, man. Yeah, as a Cubs fan, oh man, that hurt my heart. This is hurting my heart that we went from having a 12-game winning streak to now a 9-game losing streak in matter of fucking weeks. Like as soon as we lost the first game, we kept fucking losing. It's like, bro, what are we? No, we lost to the Texas Rangers, and then we won one of those games at the end, and then we just went into yeah, man. I think we lost all the games to the Texas Rangers. Then we lost all the games. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's insane. This is insane. I'm yeah. I'm not happy about that. Like I said, it's only May, June, so we got enough time to get our shit together. But fuck, dude, we man, oh man, oh man, we went from 12 fucking wins straight to 9 consecutive losses. That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane. Fucking insane. That's fucking insane. I had to get that off my chest. I had to get that off my chest. As a Cubs fan, I am like, man, I'm destroyed. I can't even believe it's just like, bro, we just won 12 games. I saw it. I know we can do it, and we just went the fuck off a cliff. Like I don't know what went the fuck off a cliff, man. Anyway, boxing. So Usyk, the undisputed heavyweight champion Usyk, fought this past Saturday against Rico. I'm not even gonna say his last name. Uh, a former kickboxer turned boxer. He had been boxing amateur for like 15 years or something like that. I think I was told. They were saying on the broadcast, I should say. He had been training with Tyson Fury for a very long time. He kind of had the same like feints like Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury's dad actually was also in his corner. Um, for the fight Saturday, Usyk won. He won by stoppage TKO in the 11th round of the fight. Um, People ask this question: was the ref in the right to basically stop the fight, quote unquote, prematurely? Was the ref in the right to stop the fight, quote unquote, prematurely? Here's here's what I'll say. Boxing has had a lot of debts in the last couple of years from referees basically not stopping the fight prematurely. And people have taken massive head damage. And these are actual professionals. These ain't no amateurs that's coming from fucking kickboxing. That's been kind of boxing, going one on one with Tyson Fury. No, this is actual, genuine, professional boxers that have died due to complications in the ring. They've gotten hit, fucked up, ref didn't stop the match prematurely, and got fucked up. And maybe not died in the ring or died in the locker room, but went to the hospital and died in the hospital. So, as a referee that probably has been very cognizant of that, been told about that, the boxing world cannot have a person that's technically not a true professional boxer get fucked up in the ring to literally the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, we're probably going to stop the fight a little prematurely. Sorry to tell y'all that. Probably going to stop the fight prematurely. Sorry to tell you. I get it. You're like, but he should at least try. Like, no, 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 he shouldn't. If he gets killed in the ring, that's on that referee, and it was on anybody that didn't want to stop that fight. That's crazy. With that being said, I understand why the ref did it, and I kind of get why he did it. This is a guy that isn't a real professional boxer. I mean, he's only had really one professional fight. Yes, even though he's been an amateur for 15 fucking years, there's a different level of boxing when you get to the pro level and you're fighting the undisputed world heavyweight champion. It's a different world. It's a completely different fucking world. Let's get out the way. With that being said, I respect what the ref did. I get people that get in their feelings on social media. They should have just let him kept going. No, no, they shouldn't. If you see he's dropping his hands and taking way more damage than he needs to be fucking taking, you stop the fight. I don't give a fuck what people want to say. If this was an actual professional boxer, all right, then maybe I will let you get out of this situation. But that's not what the fuck you are. So I gotta stop the fight prematurely. But before that 11th round, there's a case to be made that Rico was winning that fight. And I mean easily winning that fight. Now, of course, obviously, of course, obviously, boxing judges are fucking the most corrupt judges in all of sports. If you watch that fight Saturday and you didn't know boxing, and you're just watching a boxing fight, you turn on that fight, and you saw Usyk and Rico fighting each other, you will probably sit there and tell me, yo, the dude in the black is whooping the dude in the white's ass. And I don't mean to make it a racial thing. That's not what I was trying to do there. But Rico was wearing black trunks and Usyk was wearing white trunks. Rico was beating the shit out of Usyk for a good stretch of time. This wasn't even like a close, I don't know, it's razor thing. No, it was for the first time you heard the genuine, actual, real boxing people that know what the fuck they were watching and saying, yeah, this is kind of an ass whooping. Like Usyk is not even trying. I don't know what the fuck Usyk's game plan was. It won him the fight, clearly, but at the end of the day, his game plan clearly was to tire this man out. That was the game plan. It was not about trying to win the fight off of basically being the better boxer. It wasn't. It was about trying to tire him out. Because if you watch the fight, he's fainting a lot. He's Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury does that a lot. The shit. And he's like trying to feint you and get you into certain positions where he can kind of tag you. And it worked for Tyson Fury against Usyk up until like certain rounds where Usyk wasn't falling for that shit and he tagged him and he fucked him up. I actually think Rico did better than Tyson Fury did against fucking Usyk, which sounds insane. It it sounds insane. But it's the fucking facts. Like I think Tyson Fury, I think Rico did better against Usyk than fucking Tyson Fury did. But watching that fight, man. But watching that fight, man. Man, oh man, oh man. Watching that fight Saturday. I feel like uh Rico won that fight. Now I don't know what the fuck the judges was watching. Because I'm watching the fight just like they watching it. And of course, like always, boxing judges, like I said, are the most corrupt motherfuckers on the planet. So you saw that fight. You saw Rico beating the shit out of Usyk for a good stretch of that fight. And you come to the cards, and everybody got the cards tied. Huh? You're watching that fight. Let me say that again. You were watching that fight and you said this shit is tied? Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. And you could tell, you could physically tell that they were trying to give the fight to Usyk. Because there's no way in fucking hell you telling me it was 57-57. There's no way in hell. You saw these two men fighting, and at one point the scorecard, because this was ESPN sitting this shit, it was 57-57. I'm like, nigga, in what world? Nigga, what world are y'all watching this fight in? Because you clearly are not watching this fight the way I'm watching this fight. That shit was insane. Them niggas said it's 57-57. And then you read the scorecard before, after the fight, and most of these niggas had the damn fight tied. It's like, or Usyk had a round over him, or Rico had a round over him. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? What the fuck was y'all watching? What the fuck were y'all watching? I am dead ass serious. What the fuck was y'all watching? And they were like, yeah, this was a tight fight. No, no, the fuck it wasn't. Usyk won maybe 2 rounds into that knockout. He won maybe 2 rounds. Maybe. I could probably give him maybe third, fourth, and maybe I'd say like probably the ninth. But like the 10th round, Rico kind of had him a little bit, but Rico started to get tagged in that 10th round by Usyk. So when he got uppercut and he fell, of course the ref, of course the ref, of course the ref had to stop the actual fight because at some point that, and then again, like I said, Usyk's game plan was probably just to just tire him out, just let him tire out, catch him with an uppercut, catch him with something, and tire him out. But yeah, that was yeah. So I saw a lot of people being like, "Man, they should have kept that fight going." No, 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 no. But to the boxing judges that were there physically judging that fight, and you sat there and said that fight was tied or Usyk kind of sort of was winning that fight, nigga, are you fucking high? Are you high? Usyk was getting his ass whooped. The fuck are you watching? Yeah, that was insane. That was insane. And they're gonna find a way to either call it a draw or was gonna try to get Usyk to do at least something to get the fight to Usyk. Yeah, that was insane. So football. Football. Um, Jackson Dart. Yeah, yeah, we gotta. Yeah, I gotta talk about you, my brother. I gotta talk about you, man. Listen, man. Jackson Dart. Basically, showed us where he stands in his political beliefs. This past weekend, he introduced Donald Trump at a rally in New York. Um, Obviously, this created a ripple through the NFL media and, of course, just NFL players in general, including one of his teammates, Adore, is Muslim. First Muslim. To be drafted, right? So, of course, on with this shit and saying, man, what the fuck is going on with this shit? He said him and Jackson Dart had a conversation and all is forgiven. No, it's not. I, I, Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi is tripping, so sorry about that. But Just Dart, you know, came out to support Donald Trump in New York, and Adul Carter posted his teammate posted on social media, "Hey, like, what's going on with this shit? I don't know what's going on." Adul Carter, of course, being the first Muslim-born Muslim-born player, in the drafted in the NFL, he of course has an actual problem with how uh, Jackson Dart now going out here basically supporting a president like Donald Trump. How could you not have some feeling towards that? Now, Adul Carter said that them two had a conversation and all is well. That's not true at all. I don't believe that shit at all. Speaking as a guy that watched Drew Brees, who was my quarterback of New Orleans Saints, basically come out and say anybody that kneels for the flag, I have a hard time like respecting. And that created a lot of fucking friction inside the locker room because a lot of dudes are like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what do you mean you got a problem with people kneeling for the flag? And that's a player. One of the most decorated NFL quarterbacks of all time. He created a problem for his team. Jackson Dart has only been in the NFL for 2 years. This will be his second year in the NFL. You have no leg to stand on in that locker room. And yet you chose to still do something that you knew, because again, let's not pretend like you don't know the divisiveness of this person that's in the White House and his administration. You know. So let's not pretend like you didn't. You knew exactly what the fuck you were doing. And you just created a fucking massive. This isn't just, oh, Jackson Dart did this. It's the expectations of the Giants for the last, what? I don't see it. I don't know why people keep screaming the Giants are going to be some great fucking team. I don't know why they. Maybe it's John Harbaugh. I don't fucking know. But either way it goes, I'm like, bro, I'm going to take the Giants into a Super Bowl championship team because he couldn't fucking do it with the Ravens, and he had. Sorry, but John Harbaugh had a two-time MVP. One time Lamar was a unanimous MVP, and he couldn't get to a Super Bowl. And yeah, I know. He's not a leader yet, despite what the fuck people want to say. He's not a leader yet. He has not been in the NFL. In other words, he still got Similac on his brain. Do what the fuck he did and not create a fucking rift in the fucking team. And I just told you a 20-year veteran like Drew Brees created a rift, and all the fuck he said was, I don't respect anybody that kneels for the flag. So you think a person that flat out hasn't had a fucking drop of blood yet physically in the NFL, he hasn't done shit in the NFL. You think going out there and supporting a president like Donald Trump, you don't think that's going to create a rift in the fucking team? Like I said, I don't give a fuck what Adul Carter said. Yeah, of course you're going to get on social media and be like, oh, man, we had a conversation. We hashed out. No, the fuck you didn't. No, the fuck you didn't. You're going to always feel like what you saw Saturday or Friday or whatever the fuck you did that. You're going to feel that way all fucking season. And then on top of that, to add on to, again, the fucking pressure that you guys are walking into the season with, this did not need to be another fucking thing on your plate. It just didn't need to be that. And you did it. And now you've created another fucking problem for your franchise, for your team that already had fucking problems. That was very stupid. I don't give a fuck who you support. I don't give a fuck what side you on. I don't give a fuck. But there is a sense of understanding that, yo, right now, this president is a divisive fucking problem. No matter what you feel, no matter what you think, your situation cannot afford to create a rift in your team. Again, like I said, for a quarterback that's only been in the league for 2 fucking years, you ain't got enough leadership to be doing shit like that. And now your team, with all this expectation, with all this pressure, with all these problems kicking in, guess what just happened? You gave them more pressure, more expectations, because now people are going to be wishing for your fucking downfall. And you have, like I said last week when I did the NFL schedule, you got 2 primetime games right out the gate. And if you suck those first 2 games, guess what the fuck your comments gonna look like? Guess what the fuck your DM's gonna look like? Your DM's probably already looking crazy. But your fucking comments and DMs are gonna be fucking going crazy, fucking insane, especially if you lose to the Cowboys week 1, and then come back that Monday night and lose to the Rams. Bro, you can't afford it. You did something that was very stupid. It was stupid. It was a very stupid decision. It ain't got shit to do with the president. That was just a stupid fucking decision. You don't do no shit like that. You divided your locker room and you don't even have a leg to stand on in said locker room. You put more pressure on this team because of a decision, a choice you made. No matter if you support that dude or not, you made a choice. You didn't have to make. And now people are hoping and praying for your downfall. You already had pressure. You just added an extra fucking layer of fucking problems you didn't need. And on top of that, if y'all start to fucking lose, bro, go ahead and put the shit to bed. You just created a problem, and now teams are looking at you with a different eye. Because they're like, man, I don't know if I can bring Jackson Dart in here. Because he's not a winner. And that's the first thing he goes, he's not a winner. He hasn't won shit. What has he won? What the fuck has he won? He's not won a damn thing. He didn't win shit in college. He hasn't won shit in the pros. What has he done? He's got potential, but potential dies in 3, 4, 5 years. Like, at some point, nigga, you're going to have to do something to prove to us that you can be better than what the fuck we've seen you be. In reality, you ain't done shit. Still wet behind the ears in the NFL, bro. You haven't done shit. And like I said last week, Jackson Dart is nothing more than an athletic tour. That's all he is. And that's all the fuck he's going to be. He's a personal crash test dummy. And I said that before the goofy ass shit he did this past weekend. I said that shit last week. That Jackson Dart is nothing more than a fucking crash test dummy. I said that last week. Nothing changed. That was a very stupid thing to do. I don't give a fuck about your political ties. That was fucking stupid. That was a very dumbass thing to do because you just added more pressure to your fucking team. A team that didn't need that fucking pressure put on them even more. That is why I keep saying the Giants are going to suck this year. NBA. Congratulations to the New York Knicks. They are officially going to the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. I was 5. I was 5 the last time the New York Knicks went to an NBA Finals. That sounds insane, and yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's insane, and it sounds it because it isn't. What do I think about the New York Knicks? I basically said that Knicks are going to go to the NBA Finals this year. Again, I go all the way back to my NBA preview show. I said the Knicks are going to win the East. They're the team that has the most to lose. If they don't win the East, I said the second team that has the most to lose is the team they beat, which was the Cavaliers. I'm not surprised the Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. I'm not surprised at all. Everybody is. I'm like, I don't know why. People that sitting there saying, "Oh, y'all trying to take away from the Knicks," bro. Facts are they played in a very bad Eastern Conference this year. That's just facts, nigga. You could go and get mad at all the fuck you want. Facts are the Knicks played in a terrible Eastern Conference. Charlotte had a 12-some game winning streak at one point. And I know people that say, well, the thing about that is like, no. I don't think you understand. That isn't a good thing because the East, like, because they won 9 straight games and then they still ended up in a play-in. Like, oh no, the East was good. No. That's how bad the fucking records were in the East. You realize the 1, the 2, both got beat before the Eastern Conference Finals. The Celtics lost in the first round. Detroit lost in the second round. That. That's the Eastern Conference for you this year. The number 2, 1 and 2, who ended in the East, 1 and 2, Pistons and Celtics. Celtics lost in the first round to the fucking Sixers. And the Pistons lost in the fucking second round to the Cavaliers. Both of those teams got swept by the Knicks. That don't mean they're good. I know people gonna say, "Oh, that must mean they were great." No. The Knicks took advantage of a terrible East. We're not about to change the conversation just because the Knicks got to the NBA Finals. Fuck that. No. Facts are they took advantage of a terrible East. They took advantage of a terrible Eastern Conference. And they should have. I literally said this is their best year to get to NBA Finals because, let's be 100, there was no competition. Atlanta traded Trae Young mid-season. They didn't think they were actually going to get to the goddamn thing. You had the Heat, who basically now is just a playing team. Toronto doesn't have that number 1 quintessential guy just yet. I like Brandon Ingram. I like Scotty Barnes, but they are not the guy just yet. They need a fucking ball handler like a motherfucker. Toronto needs a ball handler. They don't have one. Which kind of doomed Houston. Houston to have a actual genuine point guard, which doomed them. Point guards matter in the NBA, especially nowadays. Point guard play matters in the NBA, bro. Look at Jalen Brunson. Look at the last 3 teams that are left standing. The third team with the best point guard is the San Antonio Spurs left standing, right? But you can even make a case that De'Aaron Fox is a really great point guard. Like, De'Aaron Fox has been a really good point guard for most of his fucking career. So it's not surprising. But the Knicks took advantage of a bad East. It's okay to say that, bro. Like, I think a lot of people get in their feelings when they say some shit like that. No, man, they're not a bet. It's not. They took advantage of the shit they were supposed to take advantage of. The East was down. Celtics was trying to work Jason Tatum back in, which his ass should have never came back. Because we knew of it. Like I said, bro, at some point, Jason Tatum was not going to be able to play all 7 fucking games. He's going to have to take a break at some point because he cannot keep up with the fucking rigorous NBA schedule. You come back 2 months before the season ends, it does not matter. Look at Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham lung collapsed, and he came back and played at the end of the season. Detroit still wasn't right because he couldn't fucking play like he usually would play. That's the thing about this situation that I feel like a lot of people are trying to act like, oh, no, the Knicks. But look at the Knicks. They dominated. Dominated who? Dominated who? a Cleveland team that already was badly fucking rostered and shaped. You took advantage of a 76ers team that should have never fucking got out of the first fucking round. Fuck the first round. Should never even got out of the play-in. You took advantage of an Atlanta team who best player was a 30-something-year-old fucking point guard. Who did you destroy? Who did you beat? Almighty New York. Who did y'all beat? Who the fuck was the key team that you dominated? That everybody's like, oh man, they beat that team. Oh shit. No, you beat teams that you were supposed to fucking beat because you were better than them. You were better than them. You won because you were better than them. But this is why so many people are having the conversation right now, which is whoever comes out the West is going to easily win the fucking NBA Finals. It's not a diss. It's not. It's just facts. And nobody wants to fucking listen to facts when you live in an emotional ass driven world. Niggas move off of emotion. Oh, we're going to whoop that ass. We're going to dominate. Look at the teams you played. Look at the teams you played. The only team that gave you problems was a veteran-driven Atlanta team. Why? Because CJ McCollum has been in the playoffs. He's been in those situations. He understands what the fuck he is. But once you figure him out, the Atlanta Hawks fell to the wayside. Why did you not beat Philly? Was it because Joel Embiid didn't fucking play? That's a fucking lie. Because he played two out of 4 games. That's not a thing. Why did you beat the Philadelphia 76ers? Because they weren't ready. They weren't equipped to handle the shit. Tyrese Maxey is a great player. But when you now have to work Joel Embiid in the game, and then he's out for a game, and then you have to work him back into the game, and then you got to work him out of the game again. That's too much fucking shit. That's too much taxing on a team. Even if you have played with Joel Embiid for a good stretch of time, when he decides to come back and play, of course you're going to fucking play him. But that kind of also slows the fucking team down, which you saw in the New York series. When Joel played, it slowed the team down. And also, you got a Paul George out there that is maybe the 3rd, 4th best player on the NBA championship team now. And then don't get me started on the Cavs. Like, bro, you have a former guy in James Harden who has shown you time and time again he can't fucking win when it matters most. He has shown you time and time again he will never show up when it matters most. Donovan Mitchell, which is somebody I'm definitely about to talk about. We're going to have a conversation about Donovan Mitchell in a minute. But who the fuck has the Knicks beat? And I know. Oh, you just talking. Oh, man, you hating. No, I'm dead ass serious. Who the fuck have they beaten? Who have they beaten? You didn't beat Celtics. You didn't beat Pacers. You didn't beat any of Detroit. You haven't beaten any team that can actually give you physical problems. This is why everybody's saying the Western Conference Finals is the real finals, because we know what the fuck's about to happen once the finals actually commence. If you play the Thunder, you getting swept. You're getting swept. I'm telling y'all this shit now. And then on top of that, in what world do y'all ever see a playoffs where a team wins 11 consecutive fucking games? In a playoffs. You got no struggle? Nobody's putting up a fight. No one. You got no struggle. No struggle. Are you fucking kidding me? That's how I know the Knicks haven't played anyone. There it is. You want to know how I know? There it is. When you're blowing teams out in closeouts, no heart, no nothing. They didn't snatch their fucking heart. They had no heart to begin with. What the fuck are you talking about? Snatch their heart. They ain't snatched no fucking heart. You play against teams like San Antonio and the Thunder, you're going to get your ass whooped. And we all know it. Congratulations. You made it to the finals. New York, I picked you to get here. I knew you would. But this is why the fuck I picked you also, because I said the East sucked this year. The East is fucking terrible this year. If you don't get to the finals, blow that bitch up. That's basically what I said. Congratulations, New York. But here's the reality. You didn't play no fucking body. You didn't play a fucking soul. You've been blowing teams out for the last, month? In the playoffs. Tell me that's a good sign. Tell me that's a good sign. You know who blows niggas out? Teams in the beginning of the season. You know why? Because teams in the beginning of the season could care fucking less. they care less. Last year, I said the Cavs would go on an 18-game winning streak. What the fuck happened? I posted shit on it once they was on their winning streak. I said, watch the Cavs start the season on like an 18, 20-game winning streak because they're easily going to do it because nobody's giving a fuck at that point. You play teams that were not equipped to handle the playoffs. Congratulations. You got to the finals. But get fucking happy because this might be the last fucking thing you do. Because I don't think I will be. I'm not gonna say that. I will give the Knicks a game. I give the Knicks a game against the. I think you have a better chance against the Spurs than you do against the Thunder. I think the Thunder beat your ass. I don't think the shit's a gentleman sweep. I think they sweep you completely. Jalen Brunson can't stop Shai Gilgeous. Karl Anthony Towns is not big enough to stop Chad Holmgren or Hardenstein. They're not afraid to go at you. And they have the necessary pieces to slow you the fuck down. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander does not need to guard Jalen Brunson. And they can play Jalen Williams if they fucking want to. They can still beat you. I think the Spurs still beat you. I think the Spurs still beat you. But you have a better chance against the Spurs because of lack of experience. Not just from the team, but from the coaching staff. They've never been in this position before. And I think also playing against the Thunder, playing against the actual Thunder is going to take a lot out of the Spurs because they're trying to prove something. But even after they prove it, they still have to win the series. So I think you'll get game one. Spurs might be a little bit tired because I think the Spurs and Thunder are going 7. Spurs might be a little bit tired, but once they settle in the game 2, Victor Wembanyama realized, oh, fuck, I can handle this shit. They gonna whoop your ass. That might be a gentleman sweep. You might get we might get 6 games in that. But I got the Spurs still. I don't think you got a chance of hell against the Thunder. I don't think you got a chance of fucking hell against the Thunder. I think you'll get your ass destroyed. Jalen Brunson still can't fucking defend. Karl Anthony Towns still can't fucking defend. That's a problem. Which again, you played against teams that were predicated on trying to stop Jalen Brunson, and they couldn't do it because you're playing against teams that don't have the proper defensive players to stop him. So you play against the Spurs or the Thunder, that's a completely different animal. Completely different animal. Congratulations, Knicks. Cavaliers, bring your ass down here. Let's talk. To you social media dudes that get on social media every fucking time James Harden has an okay game, and you start talking that crazy ass shit like, James Harden's better than D Wade. I think he's better than Kobe. I want you to shut the fuck up forever. Shut the fuck up forever. Put Drake's Janine, shut the fuck up. And do like the song said. Shut the fuck up. You need to shut the fuck up. There is no way in hell you still sit here and tell me you think James Harden is a top 5 2 guard ever in the NBA. You are out your fucking mind. Let's get this shit out the way. James Harden will never be better than Kobe, Michael Jordan, or fucking Dwayne Wade. He will never be. He's never been. He's never been. And now we need to have this conversation because James Harden is clearly not those guys. So what is he? If that is the case, He's not better than Madam Ginobili. I think Madam Ginobili is way better, even though Madam Ginobili played his whole career as a sixth guard. Madam Ginobili was way better than James Harden. He ain't better than Klay Thompson. Let's get that shit out the way. He ain't better than Klay Thompson. He ain't better than T-Mac. Even with T-Mac being injured, T-Mac was way better than James Harden. He ain't better than Vince Carter. Trust me, he's not. He ain't better than Allen Iverson. He's not. He ain't better than Reggie Miller. He's not. So what is James Harden? Now, before y'all start saying some goofy ass shit like, but the stats and records. Fuck your stats and fucking records. Let me explain something to you 20-year-old fucking kids. Niggas don't give a shit about stats and fucking records. I saw these niggas play. I've seen James Harden play my whole life. I've seen Reggie Miller play. I've seen Allen Iverson play. I can flat out tell you they were better than him. When they were the leaders and they were the faces of their franchises, they at least got to an NBA Finals. And now the Cavaliers have the fucking audacity, the gall, to give this man a play-in. And they gave him the play-in option, and they're going to bring him back. They're going to bring him back. That screams desperation. I don't know what else can scream that better than that. I said when this trade happened for James Harden and Darius Garland, I said the Cavs are gonna look good in the short term, but the Clippers won this trade. I said that shit. I said Cavs will look good in the short term, but the Clippers actually won the trade. There it is. You sit here and still try to tell me James Harden is a great player. Why? Because you are stuck in a moment. You're stuck in a time capsule. You think he's still that guy. He's never been that fucking guy. He's had his moments here and there, but he's never been that fucking guy. When they have asked him to lead a team, he's never fucking done it. Ever. He's never fucking done it. And yeah, you would sit here and tell everybody, but it's James Harden. You're stuck in a moment. Get the fuck out your time capsule. Live in reality. Reality tells me, James Harden, reality tells me that James Harden has never been the guy. James Harden is a sixth man that was given a franchise. Made it prominent, but he never made it a championship caliber team. And the only time that they actually got to a Western Conference Finals with James Harden was, ironically enough, the year they brought in Chris Paul. I told somebody on Twitter TikTok this. I said, ironically enough, the year you got to the Western Conference Finals, Chris Paul led you there. Wasn't James Harden. And the moment Chris Paul got fucking hurt, by the way, the Houston Rockets fucking lost the series. To the Golden State Warriors. The moment Chris Paul got hurt, you had to ask James Harden to carry the team again. He couldn't do it. Stop telling me James Harden's in the same sphere as a Reggie Miller, as an Allen Iverson, as a Manu Ginobili, as a Klay Thompson, as a Kobe Bryant, as a Michael Jordan, as a D Wade. No, the fuck he's not. He's not. He's never been. Stop trying to make this nigga into something he will never be. He's never been. Which brings me to Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is not a franchise player. He's not the face of a franchise. We can kill this conversation. We can kill it fucking dead. Donovan Mitchell is not a face of a franchise. He's not. He cannot be your franchise leader. He can't. He's proven it too many times. He can't do it. Donovan Mitchell is a 2. It's a really good 2, but he's a 2. He's a fucking 2. And I see a lot of people now saying, damn, is it time for Cleveland to get off of down? Is it maybe time for Cleveland to trade Donovan Mitchell? Yes. Yeah, it's time. The fuck? Yes, it is time. And clearly you bring it back Kenny Atkinson, which I'm not. A lot of people are bent out of shape about that. I'm not bent out of shape about that. I'm not bent out of shape about that shit at all. But yeah, man, like, listen. The one thing I am surprised is bringing back James Harden. That's fucking stupid. I don't understand that decision. You're clearly thinking you're going to just run this shit back, which is the dumbest fucking thing you can do, is to basically say, we're going to run this back. Why? Because you got to the Eastern Conference Finals? Again, that's more so on the East than you. It's not like the East was the most incredible conference of the season. No. You got there because Tyrese Halliburton's gone. Jason Tatum was not healthy for most of the year. He wasn't even there for most of the fucking year. Detroit is a young team who still needs to figure out who the fuck they are. So of course you beat them. But it's not because the fucking team is good. That's ridiculous. That's just stupidity. But yeah, man, I'm not, yeah. If I was Cleveland, I would trade Donovan Mitchell. And this is who I would trade him for. This is who I would trade Donovan Mitchell for. Jaylen Brown. I would swap Donovan Mitchell for Jaylen Brown. I would trade Jaylen Brown for Donovan Mitchell. Jaylen Brown has proven to me that he can be the leader of a franchise. You just don't want to give it to him because you want to tell everybody that Jason Tatum is just as important, or Jason Tatum is on the same. No, he's not. Jaylen Brown is ready to lead a franchise. And if they were smart enough to do it, I personally would trade Donovan Mitchell, who can be your 2, with a Jason Tatum. And let's really see if this team can make it. You think Jason Tatum is the franchise guy. You think Jason Tatum is the guy. You think Jason Tatum can handle the pressure. Okay, well, trade Jaylen Brown and bring in Donovan Mitchell. And let's see what happens. I would personally trade Jaylen Brown for Donovan Mitchell. If I was Cleveland, that's the fucking move I will make. That's the move I will make. It's not even close. That's the fucking move I will make. I would trade Jaylen Brown for Donovan Mitchell. Swap a guy that thinks he's the franchise guy for an actual guy that can be the franchise guy. I've seen Jaylen Brown without Jason Tatum. He can handle himself. He was actually in the MVP conversation. I would trade Donovan Mitchell for Jaylen Brown. That's what I would do. San Antonio and the OKC Thunder. They're about to play right now for Game 5. This series is going 7. I think the Spurs get one tonight. I think the Spurs get them tonight. But I think the Thunder get them in San Antonio, and that's the thing. I think we're gonna get a Game 7. Clearly, Victor Wembanyama is the key. Victor Wembanyama is the key. More to say Gilgeous, more than Chad Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama is the key. If Victor Wembanyama is playing like Victor Wembanyama plays, there is no way in fucking hell. There's no way in fucking hell that the San Antonio Spurs will lose. And that sounds insane. But Victor Wembanyama is his own cheat code that I don't think people are really ready to understand. He's his own cheat code, bro. That dude is named the alien for a fucking reason. But I think the series is going 7. I don't know who wins this still. I have no idea who's going to win this series. I have not a clue. I think the Spurs win tonight. I think the Thunder win Thursday. And I think Sunday will be an intense game motherfucking 7. Very intense game 7. I don't know who wins. But next week, I'll be back to talk about it because then the NBA Finals is that Wednesday. So hopefully I'll be back to do that NBA Finals preview and other sports like football and all this other stuff. I know OTAs are starting up now for the NFL. So, yeah. But until then, I am Brandon Janeau. This is I Believe Sports. Peace.